my cards and cash, and then my change. And I mean, come on. It's Miffy, of course.
Alexis Sunshine 83, it's always sunny here. Boop.
Hey Sunshiners, Alexis Sunshine 83 here. 2025 is coming to an end. Somehow it feels like it was April last week. But with that, I want to share my 2025 favorites. Now every year I do my favorite thrifted pieces of that year, which I will still be doing at the end of this month, but I wanted to make separately a video of my favorites that aren't secondhand. So new clothing I bought this year that I have loved, hair care, essentials that have been like life-changing products, and also highlight some small businesses. I'm hoping my recommendations can be helpful if you have similar preferences to me, hair type, skin type, or you just need something to watch on your lunch break. The first category is clothing. Now I do have to acknowledge the elephant in the room that I do in fact have bangs. Now I loved them the first day, and then the second day I tried styling them myself and I think I hate them, so please be kind to me. They're gonna grow, but I just need to film this video and accept however they are going to look. Anyway, the first clothing favorite is a pair of jeans. Obviously, I always promote to buy secondhand first. My closet is a majority, if not 90%, secondhand thrifted, but sometimes there are those pieces that you need just so specific things that it is nearly impossible, if not just very challenging, to try and find secondhand. And for me, that has been a pair of low-rise flare jeans that fit me and are also long enough. And I am just so sick of buying beautiful, gorgeous vintage flare jeans from Depop, having them come, thinking I got the measurements all correct, try them on, and they don't fit. Either they're too big, or they're too small, or the material composition makes them not flexible, or I can't get over my butt, and then they're too short. And I was just so over wasting so much money on Depop. Finally decided to look elsewhere and buy new, and these Levi's jeans are the super low flare in the color The Big Idea medium wash with the length of 34 inches. Being able to choose the inseam is quite wonderful. I will say they kind of lean into, I don't want to say bell-bottom territory, but almost like a wide leg flare. Like I am still looking for something in between a bootcut jean and a flare jean. If this is considered like a flare jean, I'm trying to find something right in the middle where it has a flare, but it's not like too flare. And not that these are like too flare, I just think I would like something just slightly more subtle, like right in the middle. However, these have been such a fantastic addition to my wardrobe and have gone with like every top and the outfits I've put together. I don't know how I would have been able to style a lot of the outfits that I've styled this year if it wasn't for buying these jeans. Okay, technically this next one I only just got on Black Friday, but I want to include it in my 2025 favorites because I've been thinking about it for the past year. I've been having it marinate, really trying to figure out if it was gonna be a good purchase, and they were having a Black Friday sale. It was 33% off. They were selling fast, and so I just decided to finally make the purchase, and I'm so happy I did because this little bikini top is so incredibly cute. It's originally from the small business Bezos that does small batch. They mainly do swimwear, but they also have some clothing pieces, and I am honestly gutted that I waited so long to buy this. I 100% would buy this new. It is such an incredible quality. It fits me so well. I wish I could show footage of it on me, or at least the model, but unfortunately I recently got a channel strike, or sorry, a warning channel strike, which after 3 your channel gets deleted, for nudity because of one of my trying sustainable swimsuits video. I did fight it because I was like, that there is no nudity, and they came back and said yes, there is nudity. So I will never be showing a swimsuit on a body on my channel again. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm sure I will post a photo of it on whenever I go to the beach next, or check out their Instagram to see what it looks like on. But yeah, so that's really frustrating, especially because there are so many swimsuit videos on YouTube that have not been taken down or gotten a channel strike, and based on their own terms, it was not showing nudity. But anyway, I really like that it has underwire. Weirdly, I hate underwire in a bra, but I love it in a swimsuit top. I just think it looks and feels the best with my chest size. Like the way that it like hugs and fits is so beautiful. I was really contemplating the matching bottoms, but they were just so cheeky. Like, I'm sorry, apparently I am a grandma and I want a full coverage bottom. You know, everyone has different fit preferences, but I just cannot do the cheeky bottom. So I'll probably wear this with just a plain black swimsuit bottom, or even like a red. I think that would still look really good. I have another pair of jeans, which, being so honest, these are my period jeans. Like, you probably will never see these in a styling video. Maybe the other ones, because I got a lighter wash and a darker wash in these jeans, but I mainly only wear them when I'm on my period because I am terrified to leak on any of my thrifted vintage denim. Like, if I leak on any of my thrifted jeans, like, I can't just go repurchase those. Trying to already find them in the first place was super rare, so then to try to find the exact same ones in the color, the brand, the fit, like, no, that is impossible. So I end up just wearing sweats when I'm on my period. And you know, there's a time and a place for sweats, but sometimes I want to wear some jeans and I don't want to be terrified about leaking and destroying the jeans that I could never find again. So I was actually influenced by Lainey Ozark. She had these specific jeans linked in her Like to Know It or Shop My, I can't remember which one, and they are by Abercrombie & Fitch. They are the low-rise ultra loose jean in their Curve Love line. I don't think Lainey has hers in the Curve Love line, but I ended up going to an Abercrombie & Fitch store to try them on, which, oh my goodness, I hadn't been in an Abercrombie & Fitch store since I was 16 years old. Like, this is the first thing I bought from Abercrombie & Fitch since I was 16 years old, and I'm sorry, I have to give them their flowers because their Curve Love line is so incredibly fantastic. Originally, I was just trying on the normal version of the low-rise ultra loose jean, but they didn't have the black colorway in the long inseam in the normal version because I also wanted it to be in the long inseam, and they only had it in the Curve Love line. So I was like, okay, like, I'll just try on that one as well and like see what the fit difference is. And when I tried on just the like normal version, they just had so much gapping. I tried multiple sizes and I was like, okay, I guess this is another like Levi's 501 deal where they just do not fit my body proportions. And then I tried on the Curve Love version, and wow, I have not had a pair of jeans fit me as well in this style as well as these, which their Curve Love line just has extra fabric, I believe, in the thighs and the butt, so it fits people with those types of body proportions better, and no gapping. These jeans have just made me feel so much more comfortable and confident when I'm on my period, because I am not an athleisure loungewear type of person, and so when I'm on my period, having to wear sweats and leggings just feels so like out of place for me. So being able to wear a pair of jeans that I feel comfortable, confident in, and also don't have to worry about potentially ruining them and never being able to find them again. Like, obviously I don't want to leak on them, but if I did, it wouldn't be like the nightmare, like worst case scenario, I can never find these jeans again, like I've already mentioned. I did already talk about these Doc Martens in one of my trendy things I was influenced to buy video, which all of the things I talked about in those videos that I loved, I still love. I just don't want to repeat myself and include them in this video, but I am including this because they're just so fantastic that I need to sing them praises. These are the Doc Marten T-Bar Regency Mary Jane shoes. These ones are discontinued, which just breaks my heart because they are the most comfortable pair of Doc Martens I have ever worn in my life. And usually I don't really have a problem with breaking in Doc Martens. Like, my feet always just in general have hurt my entire life because I had a lot of foot problems. So I think my pain tolerance is quite high, but these, since I put them on my feet for the very first time in January, have felt like a cloud. They feel like my Skechers Delight sneakers. That's how comfortable they are, and I have worn them so much this year. Like, I can't imagine my life without these shoes now because of how comfortable and obviously how cute they are. Another pair of Doc Martens, because of course it's me, are these knee-high lace-up Doc Martens. They are the 1B60 Bex Pisa leather. I got these actually on Depop, so technically I did get them secondhand, but I don't really want to include them in my favorite things I thrifted because I got it from Depop, so it's not really thrifted, but I will probably include stuff I got on Depop or like flea markets in that video. But I just felt like they would feel weird being included in that video because of getting them on Depop and how new they are. Like, they were never worn when I got them, and obviously because I got them secondhand on Depop, they were a lot less money than the $240 price tag. I will say they are made so well. Like, I do feel that price. I mean, I would still recommend trying to get them on sale or secondhand on the RealReal, ThredUp, or Depop. But again, I do feel like they are worth that new price, and I'm really sad I waited so long to buy these because they have made such a big difference with my outfits. Weirdly, I have always had the ick for knee-high lace-up boots. I don't know why, and I don't know what changed. Just all of a sudden 6 months ago, I was wearing my Doc Marten Jadens with a skirt, and the skirt was like slightly shorter to where there was like a gap of skin. And I was like, man, I wish my Jaden Doc Martens were a little bit longer, so like the lace up went all the way to my knee. And then all of a sudden I was like, lace up knee-high boots? Why don't I own those? They're comfortable. I wouldn't say they feel like walking on a cloud like the T-Bar Mary Janes, but I would actually say they're pretty comfortable to where I would wear them to the Rose Bowl flea market. That's how I measure how comfortable a pair of shoes are, if I would wear them to the Rose Bowl flea market, and I would gladly wear these. Now onto accessories, which I have to shout out this necklace, originally from the Small Business Crafter Day. It is this silver shell necklace, which if you are in the vintage fashion whimsy goth community on Instagram, you have seen this necklace. They did send me a different necklace for free, but I personally bought this one with my own money, and it is such fantastic quality. I highly recommend this necklace, and honestly any of their jewelry. They just have such high quality, beautiful pieces, and just really perfect for more of that like whimsical style. Another small business I've not shut up about this past year is Silver to Strands. I keep calling them Silver Strands, but it's Silver to Strands, and they make these beautiful handmade silver hair tie covers and also jewelry. These have truly made such a big difference with my style this year, because whenever I wear my hair in braids, they can really lean like cutesy, kind of like you would wear a bow or ribbon with, and these take it from that into like whimsical, even medieval, based on the silver and the color. I got them in purple because I've been really wanting to add purple into my wardrobe, but weirdly, trying to thrift purple things in the style that I'm wanting has been quite challenging. So being able to add purple into my outfit just with these is just a great little topper. I 100% will be buying more of these. They have like a star version and maybe some other colors. They have different sizes. Oh, I also forgot to mention with the hair ties, you actually measure what your like hair thickness tie would be to make sure that it's a proper fit. I guess I also didn't really show the back. I think I did in the overlay, but there is a little hook that goes into the elastic, and that's how it goes onto your ponytail. Just wanted to mention that if you were like confused how it even works. I can't remember if I included this in trendy things I was influenced to buy. If I did, sorry, I have to include it again because I have been searching for a new thrifting camera bag. I had been using my Kanken backpack since 2018 because I need something long enough to where I could have my tripod and my big camera attached, and like didn't have to unscrew my tripod every single time I wanted to like put my camera back in my bag, because in between takes I don't like to have my camera out, especially if a bunch of people come into an aisle. Like, I feel really nervous, and so I just want to hide my camera, and my Kanken backpack was the only thing that would fit the tripod and my camera. But I was so sick having to just use a backpack all the time. So when I saw the bigger bowler bag style and I saw the measurements, I was like, oh my goodness, this would be so perfect as a thrifting camera bag, especially because it fully opens and I have like full access with everything, whereas the backpack, it was obviously then, this is like more horizontal and that was more vertical, and so things would get lost in there, especially if I was just like throwing in my microphone because I was like nervous for some reason as I was filming and I just wanted to like put everything in my bag discreetly. I would end up losing it, whereas now fully unzipping, I have access to everything. I will say the horse pattern isn't necessarily my first choice. It does kind of give vintage in a way. I truly just needed to buy a new bag. Like I was just getting desperate because I just hated going thrifting and filming with my Kangen backpack, but I didn't really love any of the other colors, and this was the only pattern that was like, okay, I would be okay with this. It's obviously mainly a camera bag, so it doesn't really even matter what it looks like. I just need something that then was going to function. And I do think the horses are cute. I have the checkered little horse there that I put my hand sanitizer in. I also have this little ace charm that I got when I was in New York. The next Baggu pieces for my 2025 favorites is the Miffy collab. This Miffy wallet, if you watched my what's in my bag video from fall 2023, I think, I mentioned really wanting to find a cute wallet and how like no brands have cute wallets anymore. They're all just really boring. And this, I wouldn't say is like the most unique, crazy, wild wallet, but it has Miffy on it and it holds everything that I wanted it to hold. And I honestly get so many compliments on this wallet, and it just did fill exactly what I was looking for in a wallet. So absolutely my favorite. And then I got this Miffy coin purse, or it's just like a pouch, but I put all of my change in it. That way I have like my cards and cash and then my change. And I mean, come on, it's Miffy, of course. I have to include my Swedish stocking tights. I did get them in October 2023, but that's why I have to include them because they have not snagged at all. 2 years. Over 2 years, I have owned these Swedish stocking tights in a denier of 20, by the way. I had never tried a lower denier tight that didn't snag. I know Sheertex, like their whole thing was the fact that their tights didn't snag, which they didn't, and I have a pair, but they aren't opaque enough for what I'm wanting to wear more often, whereas the Swedish stocking tights have the durability, but having that lower denier. They are the Malva ladder resistant tights. They are pricey, okay? They are pricey, but again, over 2 years, no snag. They're so amazing that I ended up buying another pair of Swedish stocking tights. I did just get them, so I'm gonna include them in my 2025 favorites while also including the ones from 2 years ago. So like, I feel like if I would have gotten them at the beginning of the year, they would be a 2025 favorite. They are the Beta seamless tights. Apparently they don't have the same durability technology as the other tights, but I have worn them this past month and they still have not snagged, and they are a denier of 15. Mind blown that they were able to do such a low denier without snagging easily. Like, I am so sick of cheap tights where you wear them once and then the second time they completely snag. Honestly, you're lucky if you wear them the first time without snagging them. So they are, again, pricey, but totally worth it. And Swedish Stockings is a sustainable brand. They have really great practices. My only complaint for them is that size range is ridiculous. I size up in tights, so I go for a medium. So if everyone is sizing up, like an extra large size range being the max, absolutely not. I know a lot of people love snag tights. I personally have not tried them just because I like that lower denier, but I do really want to try some of their colorful tights, and they have different patterns and their size range is so fantastic. So I'm putting Swedish Stockings, but please work on that size range. This year I got really into pins, specifically buying from small businesses on Etsy. So I already had some pins that I had on here in 2023, but I added some new ones like Little Autumn. I don't think you'll notice, but it's like a sparkly pin. Hopefully you can see. And then obviously Buffy. And then I wanted to do like a Halloween themed one because I did a bunch of stuff during Halloween this year. So obviously we have the craft, we have Spike, and then I have this one where it obviously has this fantastic pin and some of my favorite albums, Clairo, The Last Dinner Party, Britney Spears, and then a little Leo pin. And it's just been so fun adding like things that I'm interested and passionate about onto my bags. It feels like being a kid and wanting to dress up your bag so it really like tells someone about you. And I feel like I've really enjoyed kind of that part of buying pins and searching for pins, and I definitely want to add even more pins. And I just love the accessorizing your bag, but in a slow and sustainable small businesses, and just like having it more be for you and versus trying to be part of the trend of, you know, Birkinification, Labubu. No hate to Labubus necessarily, but I feel like the maximalism of over decorating your bag can be taken really like into the micro trend territory, and going slow, that's kind of what I did with my bags. It's taken me the past year of just slowly buying different pins, and again, focusing on stuff that I like and that I'm passionate about, and not just buying pins just to buy pins to make it seem like I'm a certain person or something like that, which was really big within the maximalist Birkinification bag trend that I do feel like is slightly died out in the more mainstream. People that have been doing it and it wasn't a trend, they're still doing it, and I feel like this is how I've been able to kind of like do it in my own way. Most of the stuff I use on my hair, I have been using for the past 3 years straight. Like when I find something that works for my hair, I just stick to it and continue to buy it. But there have been a few new additions that has really made a difference. And number one is this Oribe Gold Lust Dry Heat Protection Spray. This one's actually empty. I already bought my refill because I cannot live without this heat protector. Previously, I was using the Moroccan dry heat protection and it's terrible. I just kept buying it because I couldn't find another one that like was slightly better, but it made my hair crispy and yucky. Like it just felt so disgusting. Whereas this one, it doesn't even feel like I have anything on my hair. It protects your hair from hot tools up to 450 degrees, which I do style my hair with hot tools like at least once, if not twice a week. So I really was wanting to find something that wouldn't make my hair feel disgusting, but also would protect my hair. And this is it. My only complaint for it, and just a warning before you buy it, when you spray it, especially maybe I put too much, I don't know, but I like spray it, I divide my hair, I spray it, and then I do the other side. It creates this cloud of haze that does smell quite strong. So I do have to turn on my fan in my bathroom and I have to walk out of my bathroom, honestly. So if you don't have good ventilation, open a window and then spray it because it is very strong and does slightly make me choke, but you know what? It's worth it because of the protection and how good it is. Talking about hot tools, I have this curling wand that I wanted to include because it has changed the game. Because do you see a clamp in sight? No, no, no. This is a curling wand. I am sick of the curling clamp propaganda. I'm sick of pretending like I know how to use it. I know for some people it's like amazing and fantastic. There's no amount of videos I can watch to make me figure out how to use it, and I'm just a curling wand type of person. Now you may also notice that, wow, that's a long barrel. Oh yes, it is, because it is an extra large barrel for long hair. My sister put me on to the long curling wand when we were in New York in May because I didn't bring my curler. She's always had long hair, and so she let me use her curler, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the perfect size for my hair. Usually I would have to do like multiple, like the first curl and then the bottom curl because the wand was always too small. And she was like, oh, they make long barrel curling wands for long hair. You didn't know that? And no, I did not. This one is the Chi Extra Large Colossal 1¼ inch extended curling wand. This is what I used on my hair today. It creates like a loose curl. If you have long hair, like, you do need a long curling wand. Not that I'm trying to like promote for you to buy something new, but if you have long hair and you have been trying to curl your hair with the normal length, like, you know the struggle, this is life-changing. As you all know, if you've been following me for a while, I have been on a healthy hair journey for the past 3 years after I had a bleach fail over processing where it was just snapping, and I feel like my hair is in really great condition. Even though I still bleach it, I put heat tools on it again like twice a week, and I have really developed a good system of hair care. Again, like I said, I've been using basically everything for the past 3 years, but something I did add in that I think has made a difference. I don't think any product I use is like the sole reason why I've been able to grow my hair to this length, which I know probably isn't that long to most of you, but my hair has never been this long. This is how my hair has looked my entire life, basically. So this is a big deal, okay? Like, let me be proud of it. But something I added into my hair care routine in July 2024 that I think has really impacted it continuing to grow is this Après Bond Repair treatment. Now, as I said, I started using it in July 2024, but I'm including it in my 2025 favorites because the first 3 months I was contemplating like not repurchasing it. Basically, it comes with these like little vials that you put into the spray bottle with filter water, and then before your shower, you spray it all over your hair. You leave it in for about 20 minutes. I also use a hair oil on my scalp and my ends. So I do this first, and then 20 minutes later, I use that, and then I wait, and then I take a shower. And this really took 6 months to make a difference. And I do think it really made a difference in how much stronger my hair is. And I barely lose any hair in the shower. And with having long hair, like you would think I would lose way more hair than when I had short hair. But no, I lose on, I don't want to put a number because obviously it depends, and losing hair in the shower isn't a bad thing. It's a completely normal thing. Your hair sheds naturally, like so many strands a day, but I only lose like 4 strands of hair in the shower. And I do think it is because of using this before the shower, and I use it again within the Abby Yon hair method, which I don't use every single product that she recommends, and I didn't buy everything at once. Again, I only just bought this a year and a half ago, but I will continue and keep buying it because of what it has helped with my hair, again in combination with everything that I use. One of my most worn hairstyles has been this very tight curl, big volume, inspired by Carrie Bradshaw hair. Not similar to Carrie Bradshaw's beautiful hair whatsoever, but my best attempt, and it was influenced by Caroline Tucker. She had used a 3/4 inch curling wand that I talked about in my trendy things I was influenced to buy video, and I'm not including that curling wand in my 2025 favorites, not because it's not my favorite, but because I already talked about it. And I wanted to actually highlight this curling, what is it? Heatless curler, tight curl thing. I don't even know what it's called, but it literally gives me the exact same curls without heat. It's so sad that I actually can't really use it very often because I just cannot sleep with these overnight curl rods, no matter how soft they are. This is so incredibly soft. It's so thin, like you barely feel it. However, for some reason, just the way that I sleep, I can feel it. And it doesn't matter how tight I do the like curls or whatever, I just can feel it. And I end up waking every single hour during the night when I wear this. And sometimes I push through and I accept that I'm not gonna get a good night's sleep because I don't want to put the heat damage on my hair, and I use it, but I definitely cannot use it very regularly because I'm also prone to migraines. So not only do I not get any sleep when I use it, I then get a migraine from it, but sometimes it's worth it. And I still wanted to include it in my 2025 favorites because I have used it quite a lot. And if you aren't as sensitive as me, this is truly so amazing. I do like dampen my hair just slightly, like it's literally just like 1 spritz. I add the Odell volumizing foam. This together is an unstoppable pairing. I have a couple of skincare favorites. First is this Bioma Moisturizing Rich Cream. I talked about the Tower 28 moisturizer and also the Typology one in my Trendy Things I Was Influenced By video, and I still love those. However, I started tretinoin about 2 months ago with my dermatologist, and my skin hates it. I already have dry skin, but tretinoin has taken it to a level that I had never, like actually I have experienced once in my life, but like I hadn't for a while. And I actually had used this previously, but it was just a little bit too rich for what I was needing, which is why I went to the Tower 28 one. Whereas now, because of tretinoin, I am needing the thickness, the richness, and this has just been such a savior. So if you have extremely dry skin, or you have dry skin because of tretinoin, I highly recommend checking it out. Talking about tretinoin, I also have been breaking out. I literally only use tretinoin twice a week, yet my skin has been acting like I'm putting it on it every single day. When does it get better? And so when I have a pimple where, especially when it's like at that like pus point and I really don't want to pop it, I'm actually really good about not picking or popping my skin. The only time I feel the need to pop a zit is because I'm going out in public and there's just like pus there and I'm like, oh, everyone's gonna look at the pus, and there's only so much makeup that you can use to cover it. And so I've been using pimple patches for the past couple of years. I always use the Curology ones, which were great, but because they're clear, you could still see the pus. And so it was kind of ruining the reason why I was wearing it, so people wouldn't have to look at the pus. And so the Starface ones, these little star pimple patches, have been absolutely my favorite because you cannot see the pimple pus coming out because they're pink. I also really want to get the black ones because I will say the lighter shade pink stars, you can see the pus a little bit, but I want to get through this first and then I'll go for the black ones. There was a TikTok going around a couple of months ago of this woman being upset at adults wearing stars on their faces and was like, what are you doing? You're an adult, like take the stickers off. Why does everyone have stars on their faces? And I just love how whimsical it feels to just go out in public with a star sticker on your face. Not only for the benefits of, you know, adding a bunch of makeup onto an active pimple is not great for your skin. So there's the functional like part of it. And then also it's fun. It's cute. Let people have fun. Somehow, some way, I was added to the Laneige PR for some reason. I don't think I am anymore because I never posted about it. Which, yeah, my bad. I just like to use stuff for a very long time before I like talk about them, but I really appreciate it because especially this one, the lip sleeping mask. Oh my goodness, I get the hype now. I cannot go to sleep at night without using this. My lips feel so moist, so plump when I wake up the next day. The only con is because of how like moisturizing it is on my lips when I go to sleep. Salem sleeps on my like chest, and so his cat hair does get on my lips sometimes and like gets stuck in the lip sleeping mask, but that's inevitable if you are a cat lady like me. I feel so bougie including this body wash in my favorites because I've always been a drugstore body wash person. I've never understood why anyone would spend more than $10 on a body wash until recently I noticed that my body wash was really not cleaning me. Like I just didn't feel clean after I got out of the shower and I was still smelly. And as somebody with hyperhidrosis, like my underarms are already sweating so much and are already like extra smelly. And so when I'm taking a shower, like I'm really wanting them to clean under there. And I just felt still very smelly. And I don't know why I decided to go for a higher end body wash. Maybe I was saying something to John, but we both ended up going to Sephora and I'd always heard good things about Salt and Stone body washes. And so he ended up getting one, which was the saffron and cedar. And I got the black rose and oud scent. Oh my goodness, this has changed everything. I don't think I can go back to a drugstore body wash anymore. This has made me feel so clean. I cannot explain scents. I'm so sorry. I could never be on fragrance talk. Like me smelling this, I'm like, it smells good. That's the scent. But to just give you an idea, it does have top notes of black rose and lily of the valley. It does have a nice floral with also kind of like a warmer woody scent. It does have mahogany in there, so that makes sense. And I personally am much more of a woody, almost like even masculine cologne smelling, but a little bit of floral I appreciate. I know I just said I'm terrible at explaining scents, but I do want to include two perfumes that I have worn throughout this year. First is Boy Smells Peachy Oudie. Somehow I was also added to their PR for this specific scent, and thank you so much, Boy Smells. This is the very first perfume I have ever tried by Boy Smells, and oh my goodness, It is, I mean, it smells really good, which I'll get to, but it's so incredibly long lasting. When the package came, it was at night. I quickly just sprayed it on my arm and I was like, okay, I'll like take a photo tomorrow morning. I went to sleep. I wanted to obviously make sure I liked the scent before I posted about it. I went to sleep. I woke up the next day and I was doing something like making my coffee and I was like, man, what is that good smelling scent? And I realized it was this that I just sprayed one spray on my arm and it had lasted all throughout the night. And the top notes of this is peach skin, tangerine. It has a mid of mimosa flower, marigold. And I was just also really surprised how much I liked this because again, cologne, masculine, woody, but this has just such an interesting like citrus smell. This was such a fantastic fall smell because I think I got it in September or October and I wore it all throughout those months and I'm still wearing it. And now I'm so interested in trying more of their scents because of how wonderful and how well this one lasts, which the next scent isn't as long lasting, but it does smell really, really good. It is the Glossier You Fleur scent. Now I don't have it with me because I actually am refilming this video, and when I originally filmed it, I had it and I don't know where I put it, which I'm holding it like this because I only have the travel size. I've actually bought it twice. I first bought the travel size, I used it up, I loved it. I repurchased the travel size and I'm probably like 75%, if not 80% through it. So I'm almost completely through the second one. So just to give you an idea how much I have loved that scent. I have always hated the Glossier You perfume. It's just way too floral and I've never understood why anyone liked it. And so seeing them expand the range, honestly, I'm kind of into it. There was a comment on Sephora for this specific scent and it was like, stop like trying to do more scents with the Glossier You. The original is the best. Like nobody wants all of these extra scents. And like, yes, they do. I do because I hate the original and this one is so much more up my alley. It's a really good one for spring and summer because it is a lighter scent and it's still floral, but not too floral like the Glossier You perfume. We have made it to the miscellaneous category because I couldn't figure out what else to call this because it's just random stuff. We have to first start off with my absolute favorite of 2025. This has changed my life. It's a new essential. I think everyone should own this. It is a steamer by Steamery. It is the Series 3 iron. Gosh, I've been filming for 5 hours and like I cannot speak anymore, so apologies if I start making less sense than I usually do. It is this little handheld steamer. It also has then the iron on there so you can steam it and then also iron it. And I actually was influenced to buy this by Susie Lola. She mentioned it in some video, I literally don't even remember, and she was saying how easy it was to use, and I am gonna be vulnerable right now. I had never steamed anything in my entire life. Anytime I've ever said in a video, oh my gosh, I need to steam this or iron this, or I'm not gonna wear this until I steam it or iron it, I lied because I never steamed or ironed it. And it's not that I lied necessarily, I just kept telling myself, okay, now I'm gonna buy a steamer and I will steam this and then wear it, or now I'm gonna buy an iron and then I will buy it and wear it. But like, I just didn't know what iron or steamer to wear. There's so many different kinds and I needed one that was user friendly, especially as a beginner. This is so incredibly easy to use. There's this that you put on your hand so you can steam or like steam the clothing. I know you really needed to hear that sound effect to understand what I was saying. A couple of months ago, I worked with this brand called Drops on an Instagram video, and these are an odor eraser bio-based laundry additive, and you basically add it to the washing machine when you're washing stuff. You do the normal like detergent and everything. This is just like an extra thing that you add to really smelly clothing, like thrifted clothing or workout wear, and this takes away the odor in a way I had never experienced before. A lot of like fragrance cleaning additives for the laundry just end up making your clothes smell, like the stinky smell it already was, but then with a little bit of floral on top of it. Whereas this just makes it smell clean. And I don't know how else to explain that, because that's what it does. It just literally makes it smell clean. I was amazed when I first used them. Obviously I wanted to use them before accepting the sponsorship, and so when I did, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, please, please, I want to work with you. This is so amazing. And I know all of us thrift and shop secondhand, and there's nothing worse than thrifting something that you cannot get the smell out of, especially when it's really cute and you're like, oh, I want to wear this so bad, but it smells so bad. Highly recommend checking these out. They also have a bunch of different versions depending on what odor you're trying to target. This one I found to be fantastic for thrifted clothing and workout wear. One of my 2025 favorites is, in fact, this cap to my Hydroflask. Basically, you can unscrew it like normal, just, you know, the normal cap, but it has a cap on the top that makes it smaller. And I know you're thinking like, why is that a favorite? Why are you so excited about that? Well, let me tell ya, I cannot drink out of a straw. I had esophagus surgery when I was 15 for reflux disease, so I can never drink from a straw ever again. And you would think that wouldn't be that big of an issue. Well, I spill on myself constantly. Like, having to drink out of the big normal way, I spill on myself every single time. Even when I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna spill on myself this time, I'm going to be controlled, I will spill on myself. I am a child apparently, and they make like a sippy cup version, but it just gets so nasty after a while. Like, it's really just difficult to clean, whereas this one is so easy to clean. Like, I can really get in there. I would end up just not drinking water for an entire day if I was wearing makeup because I didn't want to spill on myself and ruin my makeup. And so when I saw that they made a smaller version, I do not spill on myself anymore. I have to include Buffy the Vampire Slayer in my 2025 favorites because I watched it for the very first time in February. It was like end of January, maybe beginning February, I want to say. And then John and I finished it during the summer, and oh my gosh, watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer, number one, why did it take me so long? And number two, it has completely changed my life. It's changed my style. I'm now part of this community of people that love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like, I am so gutted that it's taking me so long. I really want to rewatch the first couple of seasons. The first 3 seasons, in my opinion, are like the best when she's in high school, but the whole series as a whole, love it, so near and dear to my heart. John and I also watched Angel at the same time, like basically how it was aired, like the episodes. And the first couple like seasons was, you know, a time, a vibe. The last couple of seasons, a little weird, a little uncomfortable, but overall the Buffyverse, wow. I talk about my favorite creators all the time. Like, I am a fan first and foremost. And so I tried to pick people that I haven't talked a lot about, but I'm sure I've mentioned in the past year. For YouTube, Ashley Norton, she just has such a great way of talking, and just the video ideas that she does is so up my alley, and like they're an hour long. Like, that is my type of channel that I enjoy, is like, first off, long form, like really long, and just talking about sometimes very niche stuff or just like pop culture stuff, and her humor and everything. Like, I think she is definitely a slept on channel. I've definitely talked about Chloe on my channel before, but I just wanted to mention her channel again because it is definitely one of my favorite channels. It's one of the only channels that I watch that do vlogs. I watch a couple of channels that do vlogs, but I definitely would say I'm more of like just sitting in place type of YouTuber that I like to watch. But the way Chloe does her vlogs is just so real, and she also has so much knowledge in the fashion space. She went to school for fashion and to be a stylist, and just watching her journey, and especially in New York City, like, it is such a good time, and I look forward to every time she uploads. Whenever I go out for my walks, I love listening to Jordan Teresa's podcast. I just love Jordan in general, her main channel, but also her podcast I got really into this year. And when I go on walks, I do about like 3 to 4 miles. So I need like a good hour podcast, and I just love her takes on things and just like diving in deeper on different subjects that I feel is really interesting. Another podcast that I'm gutted has actually ended, but I really, really love the creators separately. But that was a really interesting one to listen to, also from the UK, funny enough. But just hearing a different perspective on sustainable fashion from the UK and just different brands and different things going on in fashion, I found really interesting, and I'm sad that it's over, but I still enjoy all the content that Rosie and Izzy put up just separately on Instagram, and yeah, highly recommend checking them out. Some other Instagram / TikTok creators I have loved this year is Hans Thrifts. I realize I don't know what her name is. I am so sorry. But her TikToks of like thrifting, hauls, outfits, so much inspiration. I have tried so many different styles because of her, and she just has such a gorgeous closet as well, and like an eye for like early 2000s style. Alicia, oh my goodness, has been one of my biggest inspirations this year. I think you can totally see the influence that she's had on my style. I love her boot collection. I love the patterns that she puts together, the beautiful vintage that she finds. A nice whimsical.thrift. I, again, am so bad with pronouncing names, but have absolutely loved her Instagram shorts. I love her style. I love the pairings that she puts together. She has this more like early 2000s, like whimsy goth take on that style, and have just really enjoyed following her this year. Sorry, just popping in here really quick. I literally just stopped filming like 3 minutes ago, and I realized I didn't put the home decor that I bought from small businesses this year in my favorites, and that's like one of my favorites of 2025 is the cool home decor like wall art that I got this year, especially these like cat ones. I'll have them linked in the description with everything, obviously, but I have been really trying to decorate my walls, not only with thrifted wall art, but also art from small businesses and artists, especially in this day and age of AI slop and AI art. Like, I'm so sick of it, and I really want to obviously support artists that aren't using AI and just have so much talent. So it was very important that I included this in here. I'm sorry for the phone quality and me now in my like pajamas. Alrighty, thank you all so much for watching. I just had a really great time yapping about all the things that I have loved this year. Let me know in the comments down below what's one of your favorites of 2025. And I also want to say thank you to everyone that tagged me in their YouTube the YouTube version of the Spotify Wrapped thing, that I was your like most watched creator or in your like top 5. Thank you so much. Like I literally was tearing up when I was looking at the messages and Instagram stories. I didn't realize where I needed to go to even see that people were tagging me in their Instagram stories, because it's in like a different place sometimes. So I'm sorry to everyone that I didn't reply to. I like truly didn't know where to find it, and then I finally did like a week later. But I just want to say thank you to everyone that has watched me this year. I know 2025 isn't over yet, but I just really appreciate it and just can't believe I get to call this my job for another year, and hopefully continue to call it my job. But just like every year I'm like, really, again? I just get to thrift and yep for a living, and it just means so much. If you are not already subscribed and you would like to see my face again, then make sure to subscribe right down below, and also follow me on Instagram, which is AlexSunshine83. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.